Well, once again, we were disappointed with the outcome Saturday. Looking forward to having another chance to play. The great thing about college football is you get to play every 7 days. So if you don't like the last results, you have a chance to change them in the next game. Pitt is a very good football team, really good defensively, I think in the top 5 in most defensive categories. Really good running back in Connors, and Tyler Boyd's one of the best receivers in the league. So it'll be a challenge to go up there and play against a team who's coming off a big win for them against Virginia Tech in their last game.
Coach, you mentioned Pitt's defensive success. What specifically do they do really well, kind of sets them apart from others?
Well, I think they just, play well as a team. I don't know that they have an Aaron Donald like they had a year ago or are great, but they've got a bunch of really good players, and they understand their scheme, they understand what they're doing, and they play extremely hard. So I don't think they've given up more than, maybe 24, 25 points is the most they've given up. And really Virginia scored 24, and they scored, 7 of those on an interception return for a touchdown. So, they've just played really good defensively all year.
This team has shown an ability to come back in games. And I'm curious if you feel like that trait correlates with, game to game where they, obviously they're in a bit of a hole and will need to do better.
Well, I mean, I think that our kids just kind of keep playing, and they've done that in every game. And a couple times it's been good enough to win the game, and a couple times it hadn't. So, yeah, I don't think our guys are. Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to play till the end. That's just kind of the nature of who we are, I think.
We saw a little bit more of Broderick Snoddy last week. Was that just a feel you had for how he was doing?
We talked about wanting to get him in the game and try to utilize speed. I mean, he's definitely the faster guy. You can see that when he plays. And I thought he did some good things. I mean, he created some runs. He's got to be more consistent in the other stuff, but, I think he earned himself more playing time.
Your offense has scored 3 touchdowns or more in every game this year. They've done it just once in the last month. And looking at tape of the way defenses attack their offense, what's been successful in kind of slowing them down?
Well, I think that, they've played some teams that defensively have been historically pretty good, and Iowa's pretty good on defense. Virginia Tech's pretty good on defense. Those teams historically are pretty good. Virginia's played very opportunistic defense this year. They've gotten a lot of turnovers, and in that game that's what hurt them. But they're a power running team, and if you can stop the run, you go a long way towards stopping them. They're throwing for less yards a game than we are. So they've got the one big-time great receiver, but they haven't been as successful in the passing game as a conventional offense you would think. So, our challenge is to go in and stop them from running the ball down our throat, which has happened the last 2 weeks.
Zach's a real bruiser as a runner. How do you kind of replace that? And what has St. John showed you in his transition?
Well, truthfully, St. John's probably a more physical runner than Zach. I mean, just physical. Zach's got more experience and a little more shifty, I would think. Matt Connors is a physical guy. C.J. Leggett is an explosive guy that may be the guy who can get a crease and go the distance. He's got great quickness and speed. So I think we'll be fine at that position. I'm not too concerned about it, really. I mean, Zach's been a good player for us, but I think we got guys who can play there.
The third down success you're having offensively, does that go back again to getting into the manageable distances or other things?
I think if you look historically, we've been pretty good on third down every year. This year's been a little better than others, but we've always been right above 50% or right at it almost every year. And I think you have to give the quarterback credit. He's made some plays on third down, but I would be willing to venture without knowing for sure that we've been in the top 20 in third down percentage probably every year.